What up, y'all? Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It, the TV show for all things sports. I am your host, Chris, and today we're going to talk about Dak Prescott, his contract. We're going to talk about the Jets and a number 2 overall pick. And is Blake Griffin the difference in getting a chip with the Nets? Next on Yeah, I Said It Sports. All right, let's get it. You ready, Sean, man?
Yeah, I'm just salty about the Bengals are fucking dumb.
You ain't got to tell me. What they do now?
Well, let's get to it, man.
All right, we can talk about that later, man.
I don't want to talk about that shit right now.
Right. You don't even want to talk about it.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It. You know, it's the TV show for all things sports. Because we ain't just a podcast no more, cuz. I'm your host, Chris. I got my guys with me, Blair, Sean, Darius. What up, y'all?
What up?
Not much, man. But y'all know us. If you're a fan, we get right into it. But y'all, please continue to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. Hit that like button if you watch it. Because, you know, people that don't really watch us get to see, like, oh, what's these niggas right here talk about? They on my feed. Let me holler at them. That's why we need y'all to like, share, and subscribe, man. Share that shit on your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever. You see
Your OnlyFans, all that.
On your OnlyFans. I'll put my logo up and send it to you on your OnlyFans so you can put it in the back and twerk to that. Something. But we're gonna get right into it though. We talking Blake Griffin right now first, y'all. So we talking Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin signed with the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, he signed for the veteran minimum with the Brooklyn Nets. So guys, do y'all think this is a big deal or a little deal? Blair, what you think, man?
I think it's a good deal for the Nets, man. I don't really know what I'm looking for, but I think he not washed just 100%. I think he could have been holding it back, and they wanted him to do everything in Detroit. That's why they traded for him, and that's just not who he is. I think he could be the third or fourth dude on Brooklyn and be okay. At this point, I feel like that's all he really wants, just a chance to win a ring on a team that doesn't suck, while he doesn't have to try to carry the whole team because he can't. That's just not Blake anymore. I don't know, honestly, if it ever really was Blake that he could carry the whole team.
I don't think it really was. I think even when he was playing with the Clippers, that at that time it was Chris Paul's team, and he's trying to mold them into beasts, into dudes that he's played against, like your Kevin Garnett's and those kind of peoples, and your Kobe's and those type of players. But Blake Griffin is just not that type of person mentally. He's just not that dude. Like, I think I'll say this: it's a big deal for the Nets, because come playoff time, and you need that 6 to 7, 8-man rotation going. And when Kevin need a blow and all these other guys need a blow, James need a blow, at least he can fill in that gap to where I'm still scoring and the other guys are taking a blow. I mean, he averaged 12 points this year so far, 12 points, 5 rebounds.
Yeah, 12 and 5, something like that.
I mean, those aren't superstar numbers, but he is a former superstar. We got to call it what it is. He is a former superstar. So now, honestly, on their team, they have 5 former or current all-stars on their team right now. So I think he helps out a lot from that perspective, that and the fact that he has playoff experience, and he's had success in the playoffs. And at one point he used to average 27, 28 points. So I definitely think that this is a big deal for the Nets. But as far as big picture, I think it's like a medium deal, because he's just a rotation guy that comes in off the bench and does a couple things here, does a couple things there. I mean, some people think he a wash rag, as Darius would call it at this point. But Darius, how you feel, man? He a wash rag and you good or what?
Man, I'm gonna say I don't think this moves the needle on the Nets at all. signing Blake Griffin. Like you said, I feel like he's just a rotational guy. He's just a body at this point that they can put in there. Because they get all three of these dudes back. Only one of these dudes, at least one of these dudes is going to be on the floor at all times. And when it's just one of them, he going to be the person taking shots. They ain't get Blake Griffin to take shots out of none of these dudes' hands. So my thing is, if you're not getting them to take shots out of people's hands, you need to be getting them to play defense. And we ain't really worried about Blake Griffin doing that. I ain't saying he was a super trash defender in his heyday, but it wasn't like he never just stuck out on paper with his defense. And he definitely don't do now. So I just feel like it was just another body. It was just like, hey, we need a big to stick right there. So we gonna get Blake Griffin because he's available. Because if you start giving him the ball, like I say, you're gonna take the shots out of somebody's hand. Do you want to take the shots out of any of these dudes' hands that's already taking all the shots?
That's a good question.
I don't think you don't think he helps at all, dude. Like none.
I think he just a roster spot,
I
bro.
honestly think he helps, bro. They ain't got but like 4 or 5 dudes that you think of that would get buckets for him anyway, and you need at least a good 7-8 man rotation in the playoff.
That is true. Like I said,
play
I
good
think
minutes, bro. Second team minutes.
I feel like he's just a dude. Like, all right, I'm gonna give you this. I feel like one of the dudes who is overrated is like JaVale McGee, right? What helps him though is that he is tall as shit. So there's nothing you can do about niggas being tall. Like on defense, I feel like that's Blake Griffin, but he not tall. So it's like,
yeah, I guess.
What am I gonna do with you? Like, I don't need offense. I didn't get you to score the ball. So what did I really bring you here for?
For more offense. They just gonna be like, look, we gonna outscore you no matter what. Sean, what you
I don't
think,
see
man?
it, bro. I don't see
You
it.
don't see him being able to outscore somebody else's second unit, power forward?
Because Blake Griffin has never altered his game. He never added to his game. We've always known Blake Griffin to do flashy dunks. He tried a little bit. He was hitting threes a little bit here and there, but that shit fell off quick. This nigga ain't dunking on nobody no more. He ain't even dunking on backups.
He hasn't dunked in 2 years, y'all. That's sad.
You know, but before we started talking about the Nets and him going there, when the last time you thought about Blake Griffin?
When he first went to Detroit.
All right, then. That was a couple years ago. A couple years ago, this nigga was still grabbing you 20 points and about 11 to 12 rebounds.
Sean, what you think, man? Big deal, little deal?
Little deal. I think it was a good financial decision, you know what I'm saying? Just like with any team that's having a playoff push, they would like to get some bets. I do think he'll still get you 10 to 12 points, you know, 4 to 6 buckets a night, you know, any given night. I mean, he's due for a good 20 point night here. Maybe 2-3 times before the end of the season, but during the playoffs, that's not going to happen. Could he slow down another power forward off the bench? Yeah. Do they have to watch him a little bit? Not really. And you know, like Darius was saying, he really don't have no wet jumper. So if you look at anybody on the East, the power forwards that he gonna be checking, all of them dudes, the starters, they hitting threes. So that's gonna take him out the box because he like to get the little easy putbacks and everything like that. That's gonna take him a little bit out of his game to get them easy dunks in. So far as, like I said, for a guy that coming off the bench, they do need a lot of bench help. None of them got defense, period. So you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't see it was a good, substantial move. Far as I would have thought you would have got somebody defensively. You know what I'm saying? Even got a guy. It will be a big trade, but. Not big, but like Patrick Beverly or something to come and help out Kyrie. He can slow down some twos and the ones. Somebody like that can still control the ball, but if like one of the big threes is on the court, they can still run with him. So somebody like that. So Blake Griffin is not going to be a significant factor, but again, he going to get you 4 to 6 buckets. maybe about 6 rebounds, maybe a half block a game, and that's it. It's a wrap. But yeah, before it's $2 million a year, oh yeah, the Nets loving that.
I said, yeah, I feel like the Nets, as far as like the pieces that they've gotten, the pieces that they do have, they've figured out how to somewhat, work together on defense. Now, they ain't shot in the top half of the league on defense or nothing. But I feel like they've sustained like a little bit. That's why I agree with Sean. Yeah, this is where you go get you a solid defensive piece if you can. So now your defense is like, they could get like 12 to 15 range as far as like defense. Whew, it's gonna be scary. But Blake Griffin taking that roster spot now. So
I mean, because they were, since James Harden had joined them, they was the worst defensive team in the history of basketball. You know how bad you got to be? That's terrible. But if they get to the 15 point, I don't see it happening. But if they can get to 20, 22,
they ain't that far from.
They ain't that far now.
24th or 25th.
They get to like 20, 22. We got something smoking. But he really didn't get paid that much, and I think they fine with that. But if we want to talk about getting paid, we got to talk about getting paid. My man Dak Prescott, y'all. Dak Prescott got paid. It ain't my man's. It ain't my man's. Corb, you got what you wanted. Your man's is back.
Cowboys,
how about them Cowboys? Went on ahead and paid him full screen.
You didn't
gave my man $160 million for 4 years. Now these are reported. These are reported numbers, guys. So I'm about to give y'all some stats on how important this was for Dak.
6 years. This deal's supposed to be like a 6-year deal, right?
Yeah. So
the way it's set up.
It's supposed to be a 6-year deal, but they said basically the 2 years after that, is pretty much voided out. So this is what Dak Prescott got. He got 4 years, $160 million, $66 million signing bonus. That is an NFL record. $75 million total in one season. That's an NFL record.
Yeah.
$95 million fully guaranteed, because that's if he doesn't get hurt or he doesn't get traded. The Cowboys are going to pay him $95 million fully guaranteed dollars. And he also, with that, the kicker this is a win-win for Dak. He has a no trade clause, and at the end of the deal, if he opts out after the 4 years and don't take the next 2, he has a no tag clause, so they cannot franchise tag him. He can go to the market free.
So he got a no tag clause for when?
For when his contract is up. The Cowboys cannot trade him. They cannot tag him. So this man, back to us. This man right here, he won. It may have took him 2 years, but goddamn it, he got his money. He got a no trade clause, just like Deshaun Watson. And he also got a no tag clause, which is awesome. That means you can't block me from getting my money. Now, y'all, I'm going to pose this question to y'all. With the signing of Dak Prescott, within these 4 years here, are the Dallas Cowboys going to make just one Super Bowl appearance? Just one. That's all I need. That's all I need. Darius, what you thinking, bro? They gonna make one Super Bowl appearance? Could it be this year beating Tom Brady? Who knows? I don't know.
First off, I'm gonna say shout out to Dak Prescott. He don't realize the Pandora's box that he just opened in the league, dog. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. You had people complaining that Carson Wentz was getting paid too much money. He led his team to an amazing record. Before he got hurt, he probably would have still took that team to the Super Bowl. because he was playing on fire that year. People complained about Jared Goff getting all that money, and Jared Goff took his team to the Super Bowl. Did not win, but he took his team to the Super Bowl. Dak Prescott has not sniffed the Super Bowl. He has played well. Do not get me wrong now. But he has not sniffed the Super Bowl. And now he has the next best contract behind Patrick Mahomes. For his sake, well, for the Cowboys' sake, they better win a Super Bowl while he is in this contract, bro. Because this contract about to set the league on fire, bro. If somebody have a good 2 years, man, you might as well kiss that money goodbye. Do you realize what Lamar Jackson about to ask for? And
But the money will be there.
He got an MVP. That's true. But these quarterbacks about to start getting paid ridiculous amounts of money, bro. Like, it's about to be like through the roof. Now, me personally, I don't think that they gonna win a Super Bowl. Are they gonna make one? No. He'll consistently get them in the playoffs, but it's still Jerry World, man. Still Jerry World. He done spent a lot of bad money trying to hold out on Dak. I don't think these defensive players panning out that he paid. I don't know what's wrong with Zeke, but I feel like we done seen the best of Zeke, I think, in the NFL, bro. So nah, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna make no appearance, man. But he deserved that money. Jerry Jones put him through hell. He deserved the money. So ball out, young nigga.
I don't know. I would have to see what they can put together. It's very possible they can get to the to the Super Bowl in the next 4 years. I don't think it's going to happen this year coming up. But if they make some moves, it's very possible. You see how some of the people play out. I don't really know if he has to. I think he just has to play well. If he gives them the numbers and the production that he did this year before he got hurt, I don't see people saying it like if you, because he don't play defense. So if they're scoring 30-something points and then the other team is scoring 38 points, that's not his fault. If they scoring 35 and the other team is scoring 38, 40, like he can't control that. But if he comes out and they start scoring like 15 to 20 points, people are going to start complaining about what's up with that. It takes a lot to get to the Super Bowl. The Cowboys, the way they look, I ain't 100%. You know, they got a new dude. They put all the onus on the defense coordinator last year. They fired that dude. So they're going to make it seem like this new guy is going to. So the new guy gets a free year because the first year you don't expect like these dudes to go from the bottom to the top. They didn't really change personnel. They just changed coaches. So he'll have a year under that. But depending on what the defense looks like at the end of this year, it's possible. I don't think Dallas is 100% hamstrung, but the deal he signed, that's about the going rate for quarterbacks now. I mean, if they had the franchise and they were going to pay him 37, and everybody was like, there's no way they get to a third franchise. They're going to owe him like $50 million or something crazy like that. So they capped it out at 40, took the L. It's essentially the same deal they've been trying to get. I feel like Dak took an extra year because last year they said he only wanted a 4-year deal. And this essentially turns out to be a 5-year deal with the guarantee from last year.
Quote unquote.
Yeah, so it's still the same time, but the number was about to shoot through the roof. And to stop the bleeding, they had to sign him. If they did, they could have and let him walk. He would have got paid from somebody. Like the quarterback position, he has enough stats and enough numbers to show that he can go out and play and not suck when he's on the field. That's enough. Because a lot of these dudes don't even not suck. Like that's the thing. The whole idea is like you either have a quarterback or you're looking for a quarterback. Because even when dudes are just okay, those dudes aren't that great. They're still trying to find something better. So he's proven he can be a starter for a good team. He can handle the pressure of being on a team with a big name and a big market, and he still goes out and performs. The money that he's getting, it was about to get crazy anyway. Plus the new TV money, and that's what he was trying to get to was the TV money so he can get a new contract while they got that new cap. He won. He deserved it. Dallas tried to play hardball, and they bit him. And because they sucked so bad when he didn't play, it just showed how much he was worth to the team. I don't think Ezekiel is done, man. I just think Elliott decided this year wasn't the year. You know, it was all that stuff going on. He could have felt some form of way about Dak, even if he don't say anything about it. It seems like that's his dude. They seem to have come in together and kind of grown together. So I can see him not. The way the offense ran, he's like, I'm not taking all that. I feel like for the next 3 or 4 years, they do have an offense. And their offense is pretty much signed. They might run into some line trouble later, but I feel like their offense is pretty much taken care of. Now it's a matter of, can the defense play well, and can they hold them to enough point that the offense can, still win it?
No, I don't see them making a Super Bowl within the next 4 years. And I say that because it depends on how they draft from here on out. They have to replace the offensive linemen that they lost. They had one retire. Tyreek Smith is on the verge. I think he's on the verge of retiring because of his back issues, but he's constantly on IR, is constantly hurt. They have to replace the offensive line and rebolster the offensive line, center, guard, all of it, because a lot of them just stay in and out of the lineup continuously being hurt. So that's why I feel like they need to address, not just for Ezekiel, because Ezekiel still had 979 yards rushing this year, but they couldn't give him the ball that often because you was already down because your defense is already giving up points. So if your defense is already giving up points, your whole game is to run the ball and control the clock and then air it out whenever whenever you're behind. But then when you ain't got no offensive quarterback, you ain't got no quarterback because Dak is done for the year. You ain't got nobody to really air it out to be doing the thing out there because no Dak, you ain't got nothing for real. You just got Ezekiel. And then when you give it to him for at least 250 times, because I went and looked up his carries, he runs for at least 1,000 yards. But with the offensive line troubles, Dak is out. He's not going to be effective. He has to at least have one or the other. So I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl within the next 4 years. I do think they need to definitely bolster their offensive line and their defense. And they pay a lot of people a lot of money on that defense to be better than what they was last year. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So a lot of them dudes better start owning their money or they're gonna find themselves on the street. Let's keep it real, because they'll replace and get rid of a defensive player real quick. Sean, man, what you think, man? You think the Cowboys going to just appear in one Super Bowl over the next 4 years? Just appear. I ain't say win one. I said appear.
All right, man. I've been listening to all of y'all. I agree with a lot of stuff y'all was saying. I disagree with some stuff. First of all, to answer the question straight up, I do believe they can appear. They can. It's a possibility, like Blair was saying. There's definitely a possibility. But that, with the evidence, is this. Look at the Eagles a couple years ago. They had Nick Foles. Let's look at their stuff this year. They had the Redskins make the playoffs. They're keeping that same playoff pedigree, correct? They're keeping that same template, right? They have a chance of making the playoffs easily with that. True. So if you win the game, anybody can win. That's just us going to the lotto right now. If we go play it, we in the game. We can win. So I say they have a chance. Out of a percentile, I'll give them maybe 25%. You know what I'm saying? And that's pushing it. I hate to say that for them Cowboys fans, but y'all need so much work, like Chris was saying. Your O-line is getting banged up. They was once dominant. But I really was still focused on the defense. You are paying Lawrence a little bit too much money, and your DBs are garbage. Old boy from Alabama, this is his second year. I think he will step up a little bit. What's his name? Diggs or something like that? But I think a good pick would be Patrick Surtain Jr. or the second or something like that.
He the second.
Yeah, Buddy, nice, man. He real nice. He's a lockdown corner. And to disagree with you, Chris, and I ain't taking up for Zeke. He a Buckeye and everything, but Zeke has fallen off a little bit, bro.
I didn't say he didn't. I said he still needs some help.
He does need some help.
Judge him off of what I saw this year, because that
at the end of the day, them dudes got weapons, man. Your whole wide receiver core can go start on any team right now and be
true.
That's what they act like, yeah.
Yeah, so
that's true.
Give them you basically giving them excuses I understand that your head man in charge was gone, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you don't look like shit like that, though. You know what I'm saying? Your defense was giving up a lot. Your defensive coordinator, I mean, y'all basically went to go get the guy again after he'd been out the league for years. You know what I'm saying? But now y'all have a new defensive coordinator. Y'all in a shitty NFC East, probably one of the worst conferences in the
division. This is terrible division.
So they do have a chance. Now, in 4 years, of course, you know, I don't want to be like Max Kellerman and say when time gonna fall off, but the NFL, you know what I'm saying? You still got Tom. You still got, bro. I mean, and then you got guys that's coming up. You got Kyler Murray. You know what I'm saying? That's coming out of there, and we don't know who's going where with these new picks coming up. Because, like I said, the Bears, man, defensively they solid. They just need a solid quarterback and another running back. To be honest with you, even though I like old boy from North Carolina A&T, you know what I'm saying? They do need a solid running back and another quarterback.
And they just franchised Allen Robinson.
Yeah, so they just need a real good quarterback, and they good. Everything else is solid. So, and you always got to worry about the other number 12 in Green Bay. Decide on what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, there is a possibility. They do got to move some pieces, get some more pieces. But I say if they do good with these next 2 years of drafting, they definitely could be contenders. I would consider giving that ball to Pollard a little bit more because of what you were just saying, Chris, with Zeke. He getting the ball too damn much, and he ain't got no line. So if you look at the stats again, even though you said 900 or something, his stats went from 5 yards a carry to now like 3 yards a carry. You know what I'm saying? So that you got to look at that too. So even though since we all older guys, we always look at that 1,000-yard mark. So yes, he close to that 1,000. So that is, to let me say in running back terms, that is acceptable.
Yeah, that's productive.
Yeah, that's productive. But to get to that higher echelon of what he's making, you know, like Kamora, like Buddy from the Panthers, and
because we expect more from Zeke.
Exactly, and he did turn up his first couple years. But again, with anything, defense is gonna start recognizing what you do and what you don't do, and then your O-line is getting older and banged up. Guys are retiring, so I'm agreeing. But not to discredit, you still got some wide receivers out there that are dogs. So now you got your quarterback. You done gave him $40 million estimated a year. You know what I'm saying, with signing bonuses and everything. You got your defensive coordinator. Get some good picks. Get you some veterans. Get rid of some guys that's getting overpaid. And get on in there. But y'all do got a chance, though. I say that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they have zero chance. I just don't see them going to the Super Bowl at this point.
Y'all hear that? Hey, Will, Dex, Marcus, y'all hear that? Y'all got a chance. That's what they say.
A chance. 25%, man. That's good, though.
Man, y'all ain't got shit.
They all got it.
It depends on how they draft, man. It depends on how the draft fall. Speaking of the draft, the number 2 overall pick belongs to the New York Football Jets.
Damn.
They have the number 2 overall pick. Everybody out here, for the most part, we're just going to assume that Trevor Lawrence is going to be the number 1 pick, and he's off the board, okay?
He will be.
He will be. I think he will be.
Yeah.
So for the number 2 overall pick, if you are the GM of the Jets right now, what are you doing? Sean, since it's your question, I'm going to throw it to you first, my brother. What are you going to do with the number 2 pick? You got the card in your hand. You got the number 2 overall pick. The card's in your hand. What you're putting in? The name on the card is?
Trade. That's the name. I'm going to trade down. And you know what? I salute the Dolphins because they did get rid of some guys, got rid of some salary, and now they can work their hand. I would definitely take that and get like 2 picks. Because if you look at it, when they bring in Fitzpatrick, he do solid work. Bring in a nice little vet. Maybe Andy might be a little free agent or something they could pick up or something. But right now, I think they need to trade down because those other guys that they're looking at, I'm just seeing some mock draft picks like Zach Wilson, and he has the potential to be something. So I ain't discrediting nobody. Justin Fields is a good one, but they got the Panthers getting him or whatnot. I see a lot of mock drafts on that, or Atlanta. But after Trevor Lawrence, can we really say there's somebody that's so solid that they need to pick at too? As far as the quarterback, is Sam Darnold your franchise guy? Can't nobody say yeah to that. So I would definitely trade. Or if they all in, this is not me. My pick is trade down, get some picks, build around the team. But for them, I am believing they're gonna pick that guy, Zach Wilson, trade Sam Donald somewhere, and get some picks. So either way it goes, it's a win-win. But Jet fans got some time, man. That organization is trash. And man, it's just bad. Now they got some guys on their team that's nice though. But you see guys that ready to get up out of there, man. How you get rid of Le'Veon? You got rid of Adams. I mean, Adams is a franchise player, man. Like, that don't make sense. That's a hitter, cover guy. I mean, he was on the Wheaties box. Like, the boy was a dog. And you got rid of him for cheap. So my thing is, man, it's something going on with the organization. So even with the future quarterbacks that's trying to come in there, man, please play your cards right. If I was them, I would trade them, get maybe some multiple picks, maybe one this year and one next year, because it's another quarterback out there. Or you're going to just wait to the second round, maybe pick up a Dak, man, get lucky.
Blair, who you got, man? You got the card in your hand. Number 2 pick for the New York Jets is?
You know, honestly, man, who's the best player in the draft? Like, who's the best player and what they need? If it's not at the number 2 pick, they need to trade down. If whoever they need is at the number 2. But just chasing a quarterback to chase a quarterback is stupid, man.
Exactly.
Like, y'all have sucked for the last how many years? Y'all have gotten quite a few quarterbacks, and it just does not work. So chasing a quarterback every year is not guaranteed to get you. If y'all think Buddy is okay, you need to at least give him another year or two with a stable coaching base around him to see what he could do. You don't know what he does because every year your team turns over so crazy, doesn't have the same people at all. So if this is y'all actually trying, if you really think Zach Wilson is the best dude, okay. But how do you know? Like, I get it. Everybody wants Trevor Lawrence to be that guy. What if he doesn't work out either? Just because they're number 1 doesn't mean they're going to work out. And the Jets keep getting it wrong. So I figure at that point, you need to get something that actually helps either your overall offense or defense. Whether that's a quarterback or a skill position player, maybe a lineman. Maybe your line is garbage. Like, they need help in a few places. And quarterback may or may not be one. You don't know if he's not any good. He hasn't had enough time to develop under one coaching system to tell you if he's good or not. It takes older dudes a season or 2 to get new offensive schemes. This dude has had like 3 or 4 different offensive coordinators in his career. It's just, you can't say if he's good or bad. Like, maybe you want to start over, and all new regimes want to put their stamp on it. So a lot of times they'll let quarterbacks go that aren't established. Nobody knows. And if that's what they're doing, cool. But they can't then get another GM in a year or 2 and then say we need another quarterback and say Zach Wilson is no good because y'all not giving them any chance to find out if these dudes are good or not. The organization needs help. And assume that he's not good, it's like he hasn't had enough opportunity because the team's not that great and the people running the team aren't that great. And just because you have a good player or a bad player, sometimes it's hard to see when the people at the top don't know what they're doing. It does take everybody with a shared vision for it to work. And sometimes, unless you give a player that, they just don't have a chance. And the Jets have been like a dumpster fire for the last 4 to 5 years consecutively, just straight dumpster fire, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Everything that's going on with them is crazy.
I feel you, but you're the GM, Blair. You the GM. What you doing now?
Again, that's what I say, bro. I don't know who's available. I don't know what they need. If they need to trade down, then they gotta trade down.
He's saying trade. So you saying trade out of it because you need a lot more than whatever quarterback is there.
Who would be out there as the top 2 players in the draft? It's got to be either a receiver or
you can take who you want to take because you the GM.
You the GM. They need everything.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, bro. There's a lot of variables that I don't have the answer for a GM pick.
Guess what?
That's your job, baby.
Or just taking a shot. No, my job is to look at the data. All right, fine. Give me Devontae Smith. Why not?
You taking Devontae
There you
Smith
go.
at number 2?
So you believe in Devontae? Take
I think
Devontae, pair him
Smith
with
is that
Sam
dude,
Darnold.
bro. See, I'm gonna say let Sam ride it out, man. I'm tired of seeing so much turnover in New York, bro. Like I need a consistent quarterback head coach combo to see if he sucks. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell a good head coach sometimes when they have a terrible quarterback. Sometimes it's just hard to tell. So I would go with they need a receiver. Let's go with Devontae Smith. I'm pretty sure dude is top 5 in the actual draft. All those quarterbacks they keep saying are going to be great. Maybe one of those dudes works out in 5. And they talk about this is the great quarterback draft of the new, of the 2010 or 2020s. Like, this is the new class. These are new dudes. And maybe one of these dudes will still be a starter in the league in 5 or 6 years. Usually receiver, and a receiver that gives everybody the blues, no matter who he faces, gives everybody the blues on the college level and the pro level when they're like that dude's size. Like his thing is speed. So it's like Randy Moss. He's like, what, 6'2", 6'3"? Not Randy Moss height, but he is super fast and he got hands. That never loses in the league, bro. He's a little undersized, but as a receiver, he's the best receiver out there, ain't he? Is there a more complete
I don't know. That's a future episode, y'all. That's a future episode.
Whatever,
We
man.
can't let that right now. We can't let it happen right now.
Fuck it. I'll shoot Devontae Smith as my number 2 overall. I ain't got nobody else.
If I have the number 2 pick for the New York Jets, what I'm doing, I'm bringing my card up. Says I have traded the number 2 overall pick. I've gotten multiple picks. I'm trading the pick. I'm trading the pick, and I'm trading Sam Darnold. Here's why.
Me too.
Sam Darnold, everything you said, Blair, right on the money. I agree wholeheartedly with everything you said. The multiple coordinators, the offensive line, weapons. I agree with you. I'm with you 1,000%. But one thing this man has said himself, and Darius will know this quote very well as well. It was a game where he kept getting sacked, and it was his fault. And they asked him, man, Sam, what's going on? What happened out there? And this man said, end quote, man, I was seeing ghosts out there. Come on, bro. When a active player says, I'm seeing ghosts, I'm seeing people because I done been hit so much. I'm seeing people that ain't even there. I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh, and I'm getting blasted. It's over for you. I think they've ruined him and it's their fault. I thought he was going to be at least very good. And he's had flashes. But I think they've ruined that man like they did David Carr. I think they did the exact same thing to him, provided him no protection, no receivers, nothing to work with. You got to move on from him because you messed him up. Whoever the new GM is, hey, realize the old GM messed him up. He is damaged goods. Let somebody else go and try to fix him because it's hard for you to try to fix something in the same uniform, the same place. He needs a new start. Get that man a new start, trade him away, and trade the number 2 overall pick. Start to build your franchise like you used to from the defense and offensive line. That's when they was making the playoffs. They had the Berkshire Ferguson. They had Nick Mangold. Those are 2 big-time offensive linemen that they had. Nick Mangold's probably going to go in the Hall of Fame.
Last year, I think his name is Michael Beacon or something like that. He's a monster. He like 6'8", 345.
Yeah, but they need more than just him. They need more offensive line and defensive line help, okay? You need to build your team from the inside out. Go ahead and get as many draft picks because everybody thinks I need to get a quarterback.
Pick. It's not, but they got rid of key weapons like Rodney Anderson to Carolina. Mm-hmm. Your quarterback, he was just garbage, and your head coach is garbage. Period, point blank. Adam is garbage. They need to go get a nice. I don't know, man. Most of these guys is getting lucky. That's getting to to the Super Bowl, they are either solid defensive-minded guys or they are quarterback whisperers. It's one of the two. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the key problems. Like I said, it's the organization, but go ahead. I apologize.
It's definitely an organizational problem, but that's why I say you need to build it from the inside out. We've had this discussion on the channel before. You definitely have to build your team from the inside out. You don't start with the quarterback at first. It's very, very rare that you start off with a quarterback first and it is successful. And normally that first year, they're straight garbage. I.e. Peyton Manning's first year, i.e. Troy Aikman, like they garbage. They garbage. You need to start from the inside out and then work your way out to your quarterback and your receivers and your DBs and all those type of things. That's what I would do. If I'm the GM of the Jets right now, I'm trading the pick and I'm trading Sam Darnold, see what I can get for him, and then build my team from the inside out. Period, point blank. Darius, what you think, man? You got the number 2 pick? You got the card? What we doing? Who we picking?
Our number 2 pick is Randy Moss in the draft.
He is not, sir.
No.
Is what's my man from Ohio State? Greatest tackle of all time. What's his name?
Orlando Pace?
Is he in the draft?
He is not, sir.
I would like to trade my number 2 pick to whoever gonna give me the most picks for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't disagree with none of the shit y'all said. Like, nothing. Not even a little bit. The Jets are atrocious. These niggas is an embarrassment, nigga. Like it's if you a Jets fan, hey, it sucks to be you, nigga. I'm telling you right now. Like, these dudes are terrible, bro. These dudes are terrible. So unless at number 2 you are drafting one of these like literal game-changing players, like there's no Randy Moss. There's no running back there that's just no. There's no Adrian Peterson in this draft. There's
Not
no
even Eddie George
in this draft to protect your quarterback blind side. So yeah, you need to learn from what the Miami Dolphins did. And I'm trading that pick and getting multiple picks. And like you said, I'm trading Sam Darnold too. It's not a knock on him because, like Blair said, bruh, he done been through so much. Bruh, if anybody done had a hard fucking time dealing with his job, it's Sam Darnold, bruh. Because he don't got no consistency nowhere in that organization. Nowhere, dog. Different coordinators, different offensive pieces, different defensive pieces. Every year, this nigga got to learn a mass amount of new shit. And that is not good at all. I do feel like in the right system, Sam Darnold can be successful. And I feel like a lot of teams in the NFL feel like that too. So like you said, I'm trading him too. Get however many picks. If you're going to give me a nice offensive lineman, I'll take that. Because whoever I get at quarterback, I got to at least be able to protect this nigga. I'm going to bomb out because they're going to be sorry again this year, regardless of what they do.
Whatever they do.
But I'm taking all them picks. I'm getting whoever I can, and I'm trying to do what the Miami Dolphins did, man. Because now Miami look like, I ain't saying they not Super Bowl bound yet, but they definitely done rebounded.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely done rebounded. So you definitely got to do that, bro. You got to trade that pick, bro. You got to trade. Ain't no need to get no another quarterback if you can't protect them. What the fuck? You can get one of these. You can get one of these dudes that's on somebody's bench for all that. You can go get Cam Newton for all that.
Facts.
You can go get anybody. You can go get anybody, but you need them picks, bro. It is definitely rebuild time in New York. This is not a jet. This is a paper plane right now. You gotta rebuild it back to a jet.
Facts.
Playing, huh?
Yes.
And that's facts.
I'm trading all day. I'm trading that shit all day.
All day. There's no point in keeping this pick. And I feel like we all feel that way, honestly. If we really looking at it from the Jets' point of view, ain't no point in me staying right here. If I'm not picking somebody who is I feel is generational, which some people are trying to talk about Zach Wilson like he's the next coming of what they saying, Patrick Mahomes. Oh, he has like Patrick Mahomes qualities, bro.
Hey,
Listen,
guess what? Guess what? If you ain't got nobody who can block the niggas trying to attack you, you the replacement.
None of that
Nigga.
matter.
No matter who you put back there. No matter
Right.
who you put back there. One of us could go back there.
it does not matter. He gonna look just like how Patrick Mahomes looked like in the Super Bowl, running for his
Running for
goddamn
his
life. It ain't
Big
gonna matter.
Forrest Gump.
It ain't gonna matter. But y'all, it's been another amazing episode of Yeah, I Said It. We gave y'all everything y'all want and more. What the fuck else do you want? What do you want from me? I don't know. What do you want from Blair? What do you want from Darius? What the fuck you want from Sean? Nothing else more. We gave you everything we got for today. But again, we're gonna hit y'all again up next Friday because we record this on what? Tuesdays. Yes, we be eating during the podcast. I don't give a fuck. Don't be commenting, asking me, telling me was don't nobody give a fuck. Nigga, he was hungry. I had a salad. Didn't even notice it, did you? No, because we real people. We just like y'all. We just got an opinion. We want to put it out to the world and let y'all see it. But until next time, we see y'all niggas next Friday. Deuce.
Peace.